19 days into No Spend May 2026. Here is the honest update, not the polished version, not the version where everything went perfectly, the real version, the one where some days were genuinely hard, some temptations were real and specific, some rules got tested by circumstances nobody planned for at the start of the month. 19 days of documented spending, 19 days of intentional choices, 19 days of tracking every dollar that moved in any direction at all. The results are real. The savings number is real. The failures are real too, and they deserve honest reporting alongside the win. Let us start with the rules that were set on May 1st. No new clothing purchases, no dining out at restaurants or cafes, no entertainment spending on streaming, upgrades or new subscriptions, no impulse purchases of any kind, regardless of how good the deal appeared, no online shopping for non-essential items. Groceries were allowed, bills were allowed, medical needs were allowed, fuel was allowed, pre-planned and pre-budgeted commitments already made before May began were allowed. Everything else required a no, not a maybe, not a we will see, a clear and immediate no. Those were the rules going into the month. Here is what actually happened across the first 19 days. Day 1 through day 7 was the strongest stretch of the entire challenge so far. The beginning of any no-spend period carries a specific kind of energy that makes the first week feel more manageable than what comes after it. The commitment is fresh. The reasons for starting are still emotionally vivid and close. The inconvenience of saying no has not yet accumulated into genuine fatigue. The grocery shop on day 3 came in at $44.60. Meal plan, list made, nothing off the list entered the cart. Day 8 brought the first real test. A sale notification arrived from a clothing brand used regularly. 40% off, limited time, items genuinely needed. Eventually, the 48-hour rule was applied immediately. The notification was dismissed without clicking. 48 hours later, the sale still existed. The desire to purchase had reduced significantly. The items were added to a future purchase list for June, and the screen was closed without completing any transaction. Money not spent in that moment came to $67. That $67 is now sitting in the no-spend savings total rather than in a retailer's monthly revenue figure. Day 10 brought a social situation that no-spend rules genuinely struggle to accommodate cleanly and honest. A close friend's birthday, gathering at a restaurant. Attendance was not optional in any meaningful social sense. The decision was made to attend and to spend within a limited and pre-decided maximum of $30, covering a modest meal and contribution to a shared gift. This was not a failure of the no-spend challenge. It was a values-based exception applied consciously and with a clear spending ceiling attached before arriving at the venue. The actual spend came to $28.40, below the ceiling. Documented honestly in the key monthly tracker. Day 12 through day 15 produced the most interesting data of the entire 19-day period so far. 4 consecutive days without a single discretionary purchase of any kind. Not because those days lacked opportunity to spend. They lacked the automatic spending behavior that usually fills the gaps between planned purchases with small, untracked amounts that add up to significant monthly total when examined honestly across a full 4-week period. The absence of those automatic small purchases across 4 days produced a saving of approximately $42 compared to the average daily discretionary spending tracked in April before the no-spend challenge began. $42 across 4 days. $315 across a full month if that pattern held consistently. It will not hold that consistently. Life does not cooperate with financial projections that cleanly, but the directional reality of what those 4 days revealed about habitual spending behavior is more valuable than any single monthly total. Day 16 brought a genuine emergency category spend. A prescription medication required urgently. $41.20. Allowed under the rule. Documented without guilt. Emergency spending is not a failure of a no-spend challenge when the rules were written honestly and the emergency meets the definition established at the start. Day 17 and day 18 were clean days. No spending outside planned groceries and fuel. Day 19 is today, and the total is being counted now for this update. Groceries across 19 days total $112.40. Fuel total across 19 days is $58. Medical spend is $41.20. The birthday social exception is $28. $148.40. Total essential and allowed spending across 19 days of no spend. May 2026 is $240 compared to the tracked April CFEast. Spending across the same 19-day period, the reduction is $317.80. That is the real savings number, $317.80 saved in 19 days. Not by earning more, not by finding a new income source, simply by removing the automatic and habitual spending that was happening without conscious approval across every ordinary day of a normal month. The 11 days remaining in May have a clear trajectory now. The hardest psychological stretch of any no-spend month tends to arrive in the final week, when end-of-month fatigue combines with the visible proximity of June and the spending freedom it represents. That final week requires the most deliberate attention and the most conscious daily recommitment to the original reasons the challenge was started. The savings total at the end of May will be reported honestly, regardless of what it is. $300 is already real, already documented, already sitting in an account where it is doing something more useful than it would have done had the month proceeded on autopilot without any structure or intention behind it.